4 words said flatly with an open palm at the side of a British road on an ordinary evening when all you did was drive home the way you have 1,000 times before. And what you do in the next 4 seconds before you've had time to think, before your heart has even finished dropping, can be the difference between a minor inconvenience you sort out by the weekend and a criminal conviction that follows you for years. So let me put you in that car. It's dark, or getting there you've been pulled over. Maybe a brake light. Maybe nothing you can see at all. And you've done the right thing. You've stopped. Engine off. Window down. Hands where he can see them. You're not worried. You've had nothing to drink. The car's yours. You're insured. And you're already rehearsing how reasonable and helpful you're going to be, because that's what decent people do. And then the officer leans in, holds out his hand and says it. Hand me your keys. And right there in that one small instruction is a fork in the road that most drivers never even realise they're standing at. Because there is a version of this where handing those keys straight over, no questions asked, is exactly the wrong move. And there is a version where refusing to hand them over is a criminal offence in itself. Same 4 words, opposite answers. And the officer is not going to stop and explain to you which one you're in. He's counting on your instinct to just decide for you. Here's the truth almost nobody tells you, and it's the whole reason I'm making this video. Whether the police can take your keys does not depend on how the moment feels. It depends entirely on one thing: what power he is using. And most people never ask. They either hand the keys over out of politeness, surrendering the car when they didn't have to, or they snatch them back out of principle and hand themselves a fresh charge that's worse than anything they were stopped for. Both of those people got it wrong in the same second for opposite reasons. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to give you one calm sentence, one line, completely legal, not rude, not obstructive. That does the single most important thing you can do in that moment. It forces the officer to show you which version you're in before you give anything up. And I'll show you the exact UK law sitting underneath it, so you're not taking my word for it. And stay with me right to the end, because there's a second thing the officer says the moment you don't immediately drop the keys into his hand. A short follow-up question, 4 or 5 words. That sounds like he's losing patience with you. And that follow-up's the real trap. It's the one that turns a routine stop into an arrest. And it catches the people who are absolutely certain they know their rights. I'll show you exactly what it is and the calm way through it. I'm Oliver Bennett. For 15 years, I defended drivers in police stations and courtrooms across England and Wales. And I lost count of the number of people who walked into my office having turned a 5-minute roadside stop into a criminal charge with one reflex. A reflex they copied more often than not from a video made for a completely different country. This isn't legal advice. It's the plain English version of what I wish every driver in this country understood before they ever saw a hand reach through their window. So, let's start with the stakes, because they are higher than they look. When an officer asks for your keys, one of 2 very different things is usually happening. In the first, he has a genuine legal power to take your car. And if that's the case, and you refuse, you are not being a principled citizen standing up for your rights. You are in the eyes of the law obstructing a police officer, and that is a criminal offence all on its own. One you can be arrested for on the spot. In the second, he has no such power at all. He's fishing, or he's testing how compliant you are. And if you simply hand the keys over, you've surrendered control of your own vehicle, and sometimes a great deal more for no reason the law required. The danger cuts both ways, and the only thing standing between you and the wrong one is knowing which is which. So here is what the law actually says in plain English. The main power we're talking about lies in section 165A of the Road Traffic Act 1988. It gives a police officer the power to seize a vehicle if he has reasonable grounds to believe it's being driven with no insurance or by someone with no licence for that class of vehicle. That's the big one. Driving with no insurance is the single most common reason a car gets taken at the roadside in this country. And when that power is being used, taking your keys is simply the practical way of taking the car. But, and this matters, the law doesn't let him just grab them. Before he seizes the vehicle, the officer is required to warn you that he's about to, and to, give you the chance to produce the documents that would show him he's wrong. If you,